Something really shocking happened to me when I was 25, something genuinely horrible. I was out drinking with friends all day and then all night, and I woke up feeling kind of hungover. And, but I also felt something alarming, something physical. And I lifted back the covers, and there's no way to say this without being a bit embarrassing and shocking. But my scrotum was swollen to the size of a grapefruit, literally, overnight. And I was terrified. And I was probably scared because I had a feeling I knew what it was. I have a medical condition called lymphedema that causes excessive swelling. And for me, it's genetic. I've had it since birth. And as a kid, my whole body was swollen. My face, my eyes, my belly, my legs. And it was uncomfortable, but I never really had the sense that there was anything wrong with me until school, when these two kids called me fatso, gave me the finger and ran down the hall. And I tried to explain to them, no, it's not, I'm not fat, it's lymphedema, I have no control over it. And they didn't care, five-year-old asshole. So I would hide in the bathroom for an hour, I just really wanted to be normal, and I just wanted to be alone, or I would compensate for it by being really smart, and like speaking out of quotes out of books I was reading. I was a very precocious child, and this got me nowhere with doing that. But then later on, two miracles happened. One, when I was 14, my face and my belly de-swelled, just suddenly over the summer, suddenly. It was a miracle. And when I was 16, my mom saw a classified ad in the New York Times, 2 lines, lymphedema services PC, and a phone number. And we'd never seen the word lymphedema before. This was before the internet. And so we went, and it's a clinic they brought over from Germany, where they really have this technique mastered. And what they do is, it's a sort of massage for the legs. They drain through the legs of fluid, and then they wrap your legs in these layer after layer of bandages. And it feels great, because it's finally this relief from the pressure. And you look like the Michelin Man, it just feels great. And by the end of the week, and it worked, by the end of the week, my legs were thin, and I was normal, at last. And what I had to do to stay that way was wear surgical stockings, from the moment I got out of the shower to the moment I went to bed, and wrap my legs at night, or elevate them. But I didn't care. I was normal. I was rapping, I was elevating, I was wearing the stockings. I was a goddamn pro. And I went to college, I moved to New York, I started dating, and I meet people really easily. So I was buying rollerblades, and the sales girl was cute, so I asked her out, and she said yes. But when dating, there was always this, I felt like there was a horrible secret I was hiding. And so I would be really charming and smart and just compensating like hell on a date. And if I got her back to my place, I would go into the bathroom, and I'd take off all my clothes and take off the stockings and put my clothes back on without the stockings. So I could come out, and just for a little while longer, she could perceive me as this sexual being without having to deal with this medical condition. Then, 25, grapefruit. It was out of control. I panicked, and I thought maybe it's not the lymphedema. So I called my doctor. And he just freaked out. He was looking at it, he got on the phone with another doctor, and he was saying, well, it's the size of a grapefruit. I get a large orange, maybe. Not a mango. It's a fruit salad. So he finally takes a flashlight, he shuts the lights, so it's dark, pitch black. He holds the flashlight behind my scrotum and turns it on. It starts glowing red like a Christmas light. And I'm standing there naked in the dark, and he announces, well, it displays luminescence. And oh my God, he has no idea what he's doing. So he has me go to your urologist in the hope that it's this thing that he can drain the fluid with a needle. I went to the urologist, and he said, no, I'm sorry, man, it's lymphedema. Good luck. And so I called the clinic from when I was 16, and they were barely in business. Lymphedema was not a profitable business, but they were there. And so we tried something. We wrapped it in the bandages they used for the legs, and it worked. And it was this giant ball of bandages, but after a week, it actually shrunk down to normal size. But if we removed the wrap, it would swell back up again within like a day. And so it could stay this way, but it had to stay wrapped at all times. So this was life, wrapping all the time. I had this little apple-sized ball of bandages in my pants. And you wrap it, and I have to keep it wrapped. When you wrap it, it doesn't just stay wrapped. You wrap it, and then it's pressure, so it shrinks a little bit. And you have to re-wrap, and so you go into the bathroom and you unwrap. And then you roll up your bandages. These are 3 12-foot-long bandages on a disgusting public bathroom floor. So where do you put the bandage? You hang it on the hook on the stall door, or you hang it on the shoulder. You're trying to wrap it safe. You can. You roll them up, and some people handful of bandages. Then you booty wrap, and you kind of get it tethered, but then you know, I'm nervous. It's 10 minutes now, so I'm wrapping, and so invariably one of the rolls slips out of my hand and rolls across the floor, the stall door, in front of some guy in front of the sink or something. So I start reeling it back, but it's a roll, so it spins in place. Until I reach the end of the 12 feet and it snaps back. Lymphedema was hilarious. I'm going in and out of the bathroom with bandages a few times. Now, as for dating, it's actually had zero effect on my dating life, except in how I see myself and how I present myself. Women just don't care about the scrotum. But it does affect how I feel myself, and that is a big difference. I remember one night after this, when I had it under control, I just decided I was going to be confident. I was just going to pretend to be confident. So I went out in the meatpacking district, and I was just confident as a knife. And this limousine drove by, this bachelorette party, and the girl was singing "Don't Stop Believing" out the window. And they point to her and sing the next line, "Don't stop believing." And she goes, "You!" And they open the door, they stop the limo, they open the door, and they pull me into the limousine. And suddenly I'm the only male in the backseat of this bachelorette party. I'm flirting with the girl next to me. I feel so badass. And the bride-to-be, she glances down at my jeans, because my jeans at the time was bulge. And she goes to her friend, "Oh my God." But she wasn't repulsed. She just thought I was huge. Not that I'm not huge. But I don't wake up every day confident like that. You know, I mean, each day is a struggle, integration, and growing. And that first summer when it blew up, and I had it under control at that point, but the first summer I was dating this girl, beautiful girl, stunning girl. And I was in her shower, and she was in the other room, and I was just talking about how overwhelming the lymphedema was, and just to manage. And from the other room, she said, "Well, at least I don't have to worry about you cheating." And I didn't say anything. And I just let the water fall on me for a second. And I think she detected something. So she came into the bed and said, "I don't know why I said that. I'm sorry. I don't know why I said that." I said, yeah, it's okay. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. But I got what she meant. And I'd love to say that I dumped her that day, you know, but I was actually with her for 2 years. And if I'm honest, in part because I was afraid that I was lucky and I wouldn't attract someone, you know, beautiful again, which is proven to be completely false. So there's no third miracle exactly in the story. You know, I still wear the stockings. I still keep El Scroto wrapped, you know, every 2 hours. Fashion is sort of the practical challenge. You know, every day I have this choice. Do I wear harem pants and some guy in the street asks me if I know karate? Or do I wear jeans and people think I'm a porn star? Not the worst problem in the world. Still, I'm walking around hiding this thing all the time, and I do have this idea sometimes of what, you know, heaven on earth would be, and it's just where like everybody knows everything about everybody, and everything you're dealing with. There's no need to explain anything or pretend anything or hide anything or control it or be great. You know, everyone just gets it, you know, and you can just drop the whole dog and pony show. You know, I have lymphedema. I have a giant swollen scrotum, or I would if I didn't have. And the bulge in my pants is a ball of bandages. And I'm pretty kick-ass. You know, everything can really be that easy. And everyone, in their own way, is wrong.